Hello, my name is Kate Mason. I am representing the Informed Medical Options Party in the seat of Robertson. In this video, I'm speaking to an IMOP policy regarding vaccination testing. IMOP has a broad range of policies. Some of our policies focus on vaccination practices in Australia. One of our vaccination policies is to establish independent randomised quality laboratory testing on all vaccines used in Australia. To understand why independent testing on vaccines is extremely important, it's necessary to understand how vaccine testing and regulation is currently undertaken. In Australia, the Therapeutic Goods Administration, the TGA, within the Department of Health, is responsible for assessments of vaccines and their subsequent approval. We are told by our government representatives that all vaccines in use in Australia must undergo stringent or rigorous assessments by the TGA. However, IMOP's investigations, as published in September 2021, show that the TGA assessments are somewhat less than stringent or rigorous by any reasonable measure. The TGA states that before any COVID-19 vaccine is approved for use in Australia, it will be subject to the TGA's stringent assessment and approval processes. The TGA rigorously assesses all vaccines for safety, quality, and effectiveness. Vaccine candidates are subject to clinical and non-clinical assessments by technical experts. When we reviewed the TGA's AUSPARs for the COVID vaccines, we found that all of the clinical trials used for their assessments were by vaccine manufacturers and developers, and none were independent. For example, with AstraZeneca, there were 9 clinical trials. 5 of these were conducted by the vaccine's developer, the University of Oxford. 3 were conducted by AstraZeneca. 1 was conducted by vaccine manufacturer Serum Institute of India, the Indian Council of Medical Research. For Pfizer, there were 2 clinical trials undertaken. Both of these 2 were conducted by the vaccine developer, BioNTech. The TGA assessed the data provided by the manufacturers and their associates who conducted the trials. The TGA did not conduct its own trials or commission independent trials. A Freedom of Information request was made by a member of Doctors for COVID Ethics in February 2021 to the TGA to ask 3 questions. And the first 2 of these were, did the TGA request the raw data from Pfizer? And did any of the committees approving the vaccine look at the raw data and or discuss it? The response from the TGA shows that they never saw or requested the patient data from Pfizer and simply accepted their reporting of their study as true. The TGA relies on vaccine developers and manufacturers for assessing the effectiveness and safety of vaccines. IMOP believes that the Australian public has the right to know that vaccines are extensively and rigorously studied and tested by independent parties who are not the companies profiting from the results and thereby limit the potential for conflicts of interest. To place community before corporates, vote 1 for Kate Mason, representing IMOP in the seat of Robertson.